Broadcasting live on StarWorldWideNetworks.com. It's time for The Real Deal. Join the ambassador and special guest hosts as they put together great guests and honest commentary on a range of issues. But one of their main topics will be preserving Native American tributes in sports team nicknames. Also avid fans of music and the arts, and they'll always make time for a great song or two. Now, it's time for The Real Deal. Here's your host, the Ambassador.
Welcome to The Real Deal, ladies and gentlemen, at the famous Star Worldwide Networks in the Camelback Towers in beautiful downtown Scottsdale, Arizona, and we are definitely off the reservation tonight. With me tonight is my producer, Kyle Pratt, the son of the infamous Dave Pratt. Say hello, Kyle.
How's it going, Ambassador?
Our ambassador's excited. Also with me is my co-host from Hong Kong, Maggie. Say hello, Maggie.
Hi, everyone. How are you? Happy New Year for my Chinese New Year.
Oh, it's the Chinese New Year now.
Yeah, right. Maggie's here from Hong Kong. She's a famous jewelry designer. You can see her jewelry at jewelryscottsdale.com. And you can find her on Twitter. Her hashtag is Hong Kong Sugar. Yeah,
Hong Kong Sugar.
That's right, Hong Kong Sugar. I got the official email last night from the Trump organization, and I am going to the inauguration. And that's, in fact, I'm catching a red eye out of here tonight about midnight and fly all night, but I get over there in the morning about, I think, around 10. We got a couple stops. But that way I can get things organized here because I have to meet with them, pick up the tickets. I got to go by the BIA, Bureau of Indian Affairs, for Johnny Leonard, and so it's going to be a long night. So we were going to cut it right at 6 tonight because I got to get ready to go to the airport after a bit. And I'm excited about this. This Trump.
I'm jealous.
Yeah. I hope I see some protesters up there.
Oh, there will be.
Yeah.
There will be.
Oh, I'm going to give them hell.
Yeah. Well, all those people like Michael Moore and all them, they're all calling for protests at the inauguration.
kick
Like
'em
that's
in.
going to stop anything.
Yeah,
So.
kick them in the ass. I hope I see the fake Indian lives matter.
Well, they got 50,000 security there. So
Yeah.
good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that, right? Yep. So it's and I want to thank our sponsor, Graves Propane, with offices in northern Arizona, family-owned business, John and Susan Graves. Please buy your propane from Graves. They've been serving Native Americans for a long time. My company, Humate International, HUMATE.com. We produce minerals for organic agriculture, conventional agriculture. In fact, Maggie had some of her clients in here that left. When did they leave? A couple of days ago?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a couple of days ago.
Yeah, they were here from Taiwan, and they have big semiconductor factories in Taiwan and in China, and they're very excited about taking my product into China and Taiwan. And they've been in here several times meeting with me personally, and that was very, very pleasant. I learned a lot about Taiwan from these guys. I didn't realize it. Taiwan is the size of the state of Maryland. And that's,
Oh, wow.
That's where I used to live, and it's not very big. I mean, you can be clean across the state in, you could drive across the state in 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
It's a small state, and but there's a lot of people that live there, and it's out on it. I looked at it on the map, and it's off the coast of the mainland of China, and they have their own president, their own government, and they want to have their own sovereignty. So China says, no, we own Taiwan. And so in the Taiwanese, they're like big brother, and they said, they want to own everything. And in fact, when Maggie was growing up in school, she thought Taiwan was part of China, didn't you?
Yes, when I was a child, I went to school and they say Taiwan is belong to China. When I grow up, I do my business, and then I had a client who from had a customer who from Taiwan. I say, hey, are you where you from? I'm from Taiwan. So Taiwan, yeah, Taiwanese. So we both Chinese. No. Taiwan's Taiwan. China's China. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But then before that, the Japanese occupied Taiwan years ago.
Okay.
And they occupied it for like 50 years. And so a lot of the older generation Taiwanese people, they speak fluent Japanese.
Oh, okay. So you get a mix of the Japanese.
And so then the
Chinese.
Japanese left, and then the Chinese took over, and then Taiwan got to be their own country.
Okay.
But I got to learn a lot from these guys. It was very interesting. Be sure and download the new app. It's got all the bells and whistles. You can also find us on iTunes, like us on Facebook.
That's right, and on SoundCloud now.
Yeah, we're SoundCloud. And Yellow Horse Jones is my Instagram. Yeah, Instagram. We want to thank our listeners all over the country, Native Americans, non-Native Americans. Also want to thank Jamie Soretta down at Channel 3. She's my buddy, and they listen to our show all the time. In fact, they wanted to try to interview me about going back to the inauguration, which I thought was pretty cool. Now, the American Indian Center of the Great Plains in Kansas City, Missouri, Johnny Leonard and I are principals in that. And now I'm going to introduce Peter McDonald. He's going as well. We have 4 co-talkers going that are going to be in the parade. And he's going to say something to all our listeners in Navajo. Peter?
Shahas Toy Sazane, Setzelke, Sheke, the Neshike, Notliniki, Shidi Peter McDonald, Dashitne, Aska Zahon Slobet, Anibashichin, Adotsakane, Dashinale, Ashi, Dashiche, Totich in Eba, Setta, Shada Halia, Kododi, Nini, Eba Hanne, no, Kodoy. Ambassador Dennis Yellowhorse Niji Yolwol. Akota Nini be Edebahane, the real deal will yell. Jo Koi Hashina Land ne says Yadal Lahadaba Oklahop Lahadal now. Diedo Kot Eda. Ebony na Hada Kisigi Kodo, the real deal no. Yahal Negi did Nini. Jo ba honne ako ikena aslagi sto banda yolni to banda notra Graves Company will yov la shibe da no sandai da jo kodo kwishi hot di ikena asla kodo kwichi na long kodo ni yati.
Okay, now I want to have Mark Burr, who I talked to today. He's my business associate. He's going to be in Washington, D.C. I'm going to try to meet up with him Friday or Saturday. And he's going to say something to all our listeners that lost their language, and their language of choice is Spanish, the Native Americans, especially in California and northern Mexico, like the Pascuayaki. Mark, if you would, please.
Claro que sí, don Dennis. Nuevamente, bienvenidos a nuestra audiencia de hispanoparlantes y a todos nuestros patrocinadores, Graves Propane de Flagstaff y Humate Internacional de Gallup, Nuevo México, y a todos los radio oyentes a través de la nación y del Real Deal y nuestro anfitrión, el embajador.
Thank you, Mark. Now, Maggie, my co-host here from Hong Kong, has a lot of listeners in Asia, Taiwan, Singapore, and she's going to say something to them in her language.
Thanks, Chiefs. 其实这个节目是说美国印第安人的历史文化。Washington Post 访问所有美国印第安人，他们都喜欢 Western Laskin Kansas City Chief 这个名字，但是有的花园要改变这个名字。珍妮斯·沃马先生为了保护这个名字，他本人做出了好大的贡献和支持。我们希望得到每一位的参与和支持。珍妮斯先生还有出售有机土壤叫优美，如果有需要，请打我美国电话6025151073。而且我们这个节目是support Donald Trump， 所有的美国的华人都喜欢 Donald Trump。So thanks so much for having me on Real Deal. That is such my honor.
Thank you, Maggie. Star Worldwide Networks, ladies and gentlemen, is the largest, fastest growing internet radio station in the country. There's 200 shows here at the network, 6 million listeners. Kyle, tell them who went to number one.
The Real Deal did.
That's right. And a lot of that is because of all the fans of the teams that honor Native Americans. And I want to thank the Kansas City Chiefs, the Washington Redskins, Golden State Warriors, Atlanta Braves, Cleveland Indians, Chicago Blackhawks for listening and honoring Native Americans by using these names. And it's like I said before, these name changers are a bunch of clowns, and it's social and cultural genocide to Native Americans, and this is what was done in Germany to the Jewish people, and this is what they're trying to pull with the Native Americans. And once you start that, you're headed down a slippery slope. So if you're proud of your culture, you better get after Halbritter and these name changers, these phonies, and let them know how you feel. Now I want to take a short break here, and we're going to play a song, and we'll be right back. Okay. I think we got 2 more bottles of wine left, don't we, Maggie? Is that what we got? Never mind. Now I want to play a clip from our friend Judge Janine Pirro. I hope I get to see her at the inauguration. I'm a big supporter of her and her program. Judge Janine, please.
The left has been telling you for years what you can eat, what you should say, and now how you should feel. Take a listen to Michelle Obama.
Yes. I do, because we feel the difference now.
Yeah.
See, now we're feeling what not having hope feels like. You know, hope is necessary. It's a necessary concept. What else do you have if you don't have hope?
Really? This from a woman who in 2008, at 44 years old, said for the first time in her life she was proud of her country when her husband was running for president. And now, 8 years later, you're out of hope, Michelle? You've lived a life few can even imagine. At the citadel of power and prestige in the world, you and your husband, blessed by God and the American people, with a unique and historic opportunity to not only lead America from that shining place on a hill, but impact Americans and give them hope that virtually no others can. And now that you're leaving, hope is gone? Since when does hope rise and fall with you and Barack in the White House? But it doesn't end there. When asked if your husband's administration achieved his promise of hope to Americans, your answer, a resounding yes. Quote, especially in times of crisis and turmoil. Are you kidding? Did your husband give hope to the parents of James Foley or Stephen Sotloff, who was in custody for over a year while his family was told they could not negotiate because they'd be prosecuted before their sons' heads were chopped off? To try to convince America that once you and Barack exit the White House, hope is removed for America is an outrage. And I'll tell you what else is an outrage. An outrage is when your husband struts up to the microphone at a national prayer breakfast and tells Christians to get off their high horses because the Christians are afraid of Muslim terrorists cutting their heads off. And I'd say that that was a crisis, but no hope there. ISIS today only looms larger. And by the way, Michelle, have you heard of San Bernardino, Orlando, or that workplace violence that happened at Fort Hood in Texas? In times of crisis and turmoil, like the 13 hours those heroes were on a rooftop in Benghazi, your all-powerful husband never bothered to explain to us where he was and what he was doing that night. All we know is the only power that he was ready to unleash was Air Force One to fly to Las Vegas for a fundraiser the next morning so that you guys could live the life another 4 years in the White House. But I get it. For you, hope is gone. You and your family and friends won't be able to fly to another 46 countries with security and hair and makeup in tow. Michelle, you may not realize it, but Americans rejected you and everything you stand for. They know what hope is. Hope is when people, 30,000 at a time, stand in line in the cold with their children, hoping to get the glimpse of a man that they think can change the course of their lives from the downward spiral that you and Mr. Hope and Change have put them on. I'll tell you what hope and change is. Hope and change is when people show up 20,000 strong after an election, desperate to see the man who actually brought back jobs, almost 1,000, when your husband said it was impossible to bring them back at Carrier. And by the way, if you want to know what it really feels like to not have hope, just walk out of the White House as ordinary Americans. You'll see real fast. Welcome to the America you created, the one with a racial divide, a disrespect of law enforcement and the military, illegals cruising our borders, draining our schools and social services, ISIS and refugees on the rise. No hope? Michelle, I'm surprised at you. What happened to when they go low, we go high?
Hey, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, share, or subscribe. It really helps get the word out there.
Whoops.
Whoops. Oh, that's Judge Janine, ladies and gentlemen. She lays the law down. I enjoy watching her, and she's on usually Saturday night.
She's great.
Oh, yeah, she tells it like it is, man. She takes the gloves off, and I really enjoy listening to her show, and she don't back down.
No, she's great. I love. There's 3 people on Fox I like: Hannity, her, and Tucker Carlson.
Yeah,
they're the 3 who weren't in the bag with Clinton.
Right, and Lou Dobbs.
And Lou.
Yeah.
I forgot about Lou.
Yeah, see, 97% of these journalists all supported Clinton. 97%. So what's that leave? 3%. So you just got a handful, including us,
Yep.
you know, that are out here telling the truth, delivering the message, because somebody's got to do it. But that's why it's so important that to repeal the Telecommunications Act of 1996, and I'm going to be talking about that when I'm over there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be talking that up big time, because we got to break up the big media. And all these guys live in New York. They all go to the same bars. They all go to the same restaurants. They all go to the same plays. They all hang out. You know, it's their big club. Time Warner, Disney, CNN, all those guys.
Yep.
MSNBC, ABC, CBS. They're all up there in New York. And when Trump talks about draining the swamp in Washington, D.C., he needs to drain the media swamp up in New York. That really needs to be. And I had a guy call me earlier in the week, and he listens to our show. He's a fan, and Chuck Warner. I think he's listening tonight. Chuck, if you are, thanks for the call. He's a farmer up in Lebanon, Kansas, and he wants to try some of my Humate, which we're going to do that.
Awesome.
But he's in the same camp we are with Trump, and all those guys, they didn't have no clue what Middle America was thinking.
Oh yeah.
They were just totally out of touch with Middle America, And then look at these guys in California. They're boycotting Trump. The congressmen, they're all from California.
It was great. Yeah, it was great. Trump had the best response. He's like, these people say they're not coming. He's like, they weren't invited.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. He's like, they weren't invited. He's like, I don't want them there. He's like, I don't want celebrities. I want the people.
Yeah, right.
Which is the best quote I think you've said in a long time.
They weren't invited. Yeah. I didn't hear that. That's great. Yeah, they weren't invited, so why go?
Yeah, they're like, they don't want to play at my inauguration, these musical artists, but I didn't invite them to. So.
Yeah. I think Kid Rock is going to play.
Kid Rock, Toby Keith,
yep.
The original composer of the song My Way. I forget what his name. I think Paul something.
Yeah.
I think him and a Bruce Springsteen cover band just pulled out, but hey, we got Toby Keith.
Yeah.
I love Toby Keith.
Yeah, me too.
So.
Yeah, there's a lot. These guys are such phonies. These Hollywood elitists.
They are.
And they think that they can tell us who to vote for.
Well, I think Trump's quote said it. He said, we don't want the celebrities, we want the people.
Right.
Doesn't matter what celebrities there.
Yeah, right.
It's the people who voted.
That's right. Yeah, not them. In fact, they make these remarks, if Trump gets in, I'm leaving the country.
Then do it.
Yeah, do it. Get on Real Deal Airlines or Trump Airlines and leave.
Yeah.
Have you heard that clip of Trump Airlines where all the liberals they're taking him to Canada and the guy's talking over the loudspeaker? Have you heard that?
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, there was Hannity was doing a segment, too, saying that he will pay someone first class, pay for their dinner and everything for the nicest flight, but the deal is they can't come back.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. He said he'll pay for everything. He said he'll pay for a nice meal, a nice flight, everything, but the deal is you cannot come back to the country.
Wow.
But, I think once he got into office, people kind of took back their words.
Oh, yeah. They're all phony liars.
Yeah.
They ain't going anywhere. That Rosie O'Donnell, that pig.
Yeah. The same woman who wants martial law to take place.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Give me a break.
Yeah, Boyle. Judge Janine last week really went after her.
Oh yeah.
About the martial law remark. Oh yeah,
her and Michael Moore, they're perfect for each other.
Yeah, a couple of losers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, we're going to take another short break here, and then we're going to try to. One of my buddies that's been on my show, he's coming in from Beverly Hills, and we're flying out tonight. But I'm going to see if we can get him on here during the break. So hang around. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Now we're going to go to my business associate, business partner in Beverly Hills, Alex Agnos. How are you, Alex?
I'm great. How are you, Dennis?
We're ready to go tonight.
Yes, we are. And you know what? Thanks to Dennis, you make that dream came true.
Yep, that's right. Now we got to get Bally on board. I'll be reaching out to him here after the show.
Oh yeah.
But no, it's going to be exciting. What's happening in California? I understand that a lot of them, your congressmen out there, are boycotting the inauguration, and then colleges told me that Trump come out with a great statement, said, "Well, they're not invited."
It's the funniest thing what's going on over here in California. You know, I'm in a very major blue state, as we know, and you know, we're just going to have to let them see what happens. And what are they going to do when they start seeing America being great again?
Yeah, right.
They're going to have to face the real fact that Trump is doing something about this country, and Obama hasn't for 8 years.
That's right.
You know, so once they start seeing things change, you know, it's going to help a lot. You've got a lot of people that are scared. You got to understand, Dennis, you know, and the media is scaring these people.
Right.
They're saying the wrong things, and, you know, the rhetoric that's going out in the media, it's controlled you know, it's controlled by specific groups to get the narrative that they want out.
Yep. And, you know, that's why I say on the show, we got to repeal that Telecommunication Act of 1996 and break up the big media.
Absolutely. You know, Trump did that just recently in his news conference, his first news conference. What did he do? He would not let one of the speakers of CNN talk because he's calling them out. He's tired of these guys, you know, putting fake news on the air and calling it real news.
Yeah.
Then they're calling real news fake news. I mean,
right.
It's going to all come to an end. It's just going to take a little bit of time and a little bit of forming. But as you can see, if you take a look at Trump and his cabinet, he's actually got the right people involved to get this country great again, create jobs. Obama was out there and he spoke to one of the carrier workers. He told him directly. He said, "Look, there's no magic wand. We're not going to say you can't save your job. You're going to have to learn a new trade. You're going to have to reinvent yourself pretty much." And what did Trump do? Not even sitting in office yet, he saved carrier.
Yep.
So these are the things that people are going to start realizing and they're going to start waking up to. They're going to start saying, you know what? Wait a minute. We need to stop. You can only tell somebody and pat yourself on the back with lies for so long before people start realizing that it's all lies anyway, you know?
Right. You know, I was reading, I don't know where or somewhere, your governor out there is trying to put in a 42% gas tax.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's insane.
Well, not only that, but they want to make it a sanctuary city, which they want to have all the illegals, you know, safe here, even violent criminal illegals. And what else are they passing? They're passing a law to actually make underage sex not a violation of prostitution. So what they're saying is they're opening the doors for pedophiles by doing that. By actually passing that law that you will not be charged if you are having sex as a minor. You know what I mean? As prostitution.
Wow,
I mean, what kind of craziness is going on in California? I can't even tell you.
Yeah, I was in a restaurant a couple weeks ago here in Scottsdale, and there was a guy sitting next to me, and he was a retired cop from Pasadena.
Right.
And he said, "I'm leaving." He says, "I left California." He says, "I can't stand it." He says, "A lot of cops, or the retired cops, are leaving California. They're moving over here."
Oh, well, you know why they're leaving California? Because cops get zero respect over here. That's why.
Right.
You know, and it's dangerous. It's scary. I talk to police officers all the time out there, and I tell you, what these guys get paid and what they have to put up with, it's not worth it. And I feel bad for all of them. You know.
Yep.
Our homeless population is crazy out of control. And Obama gets up there and he's on his farewell speech. What does he do? He says that he created so many jobs and cut the unemployment, yada, yada, yada. You know, and he's awarding medals to the wrong people. And Joe Biden, I mean, come on, give me a break. What has Joe Biden done the whole time he's been in office? You know,
You're right. Yeah,
just all smoke and mirrors to make the public believe that they're doing things. And they, you know what? This is the way they look at it, the Democratic Party. Just keep telling the lie until you believe it.
right. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
So anyways, we're going to see what happens. I'm excited. As you can see, Dennis, Bali, and you, myself, a group of others, we're going to put that to the test, you know, and we're going to help create some jobs in this country.
Yep, that's for sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm excited to be on board with you, man. I wouldn't do it with anybody else.
Yep, that's the same here. Yeah. Yep.
And I thank you for having me on the show. Man.
Oh no,
Show.
we always like you on our show, man. And
you know, and you know what we're going to do, right? We're going to save those names as well, which is very important.
Yep, that's the key. Is we've got to.
You know, because once they start grabbing the names, what do they want to grab after that?
Yep, it's
you know.
it's a slippery slope.
That's right.
You know.
That's right.
And that's why this show has been so successful, is because people are listening to me, and I'm telling them the truth, and
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
and it's not what you think it is, you know.
Well, it's the funniest thing because even in California, I run into people and they know about your show. Your show is amazing. It's everywhere. You know, everybody knows about it. So
Right.
I think it really is truly the number one show in this country as far as radio talk show.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I enjoy it. I enjoy coming down here every week, and I always got interesting guests like you and other people on. And come on, and we all share the same views. We all love our country, and we hate to see it get trashed and destroyed by these liberal idiots.
Well, you know what? I tell everybody when they start jumping on my back over here, the liberals, I say, listen, I'm an American. That's all I'm going to tell you. I'm an American. I love my country. I love everybody in my country. And I want to see jobs created in our country. And I want to see the homeless off the street. That's it.
Yep.
You know? And our veterans. We need to take care of our veterans.
Yep. Yeah, Trump's gonna really shake things up. You watch.
Absolutely. 100%.
You know, he's already shaking it up.
He's doing a great job already. He's not even in office yet. So, you know, you can't put the man down. You honestly can't.
Right. Do you think Obama's going to pardon Clinton?
Well, let me tell you something between you and me. He has no choice. Because if you look at her emails, if you dig deep into her emails, he's communicating on that unsecured server himself.
Right.
So yeah, he has to try to pardon her. You know.
Well,
otherwise he's going to be implicated himself.
Right. I think he will.
Well, like I said, if she goes down, he goes down with her.
That's right.
I mean, that's just the truth.
Yep. I if I was a betting man, I'd bet he will.
Yeah, and I'm not even going to take the time to dig deep into these stuff. Which it's that's all public record. CNN, NBC, MSNBC, none of them. Nobody has came out there to say WikiLeaks is false.
Right.
Remember that.
Right.
So you can go out there on your own, do your own due diligence. You can dig in and read all the emails. These are their own personal emails. And if you read these personal emails, you can see straight out what's really going on behind the curtain. Because you're not going to get that out of CNN, especially. You know.
Right. Yeah, I hope Trump, well, he's already doing it on Twitter, but I say it here on the show, I hope he starts like the Trump News Network.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, have his own news network and figure out a way to let these guys pay for it and let the American people listen to it for free.
Well, look, journalism has been dead for years. It's all been controlled for a long time. People just don't know that. You know, there are people that work for certain news foundations that work for mainstream media news that they lost their jobs for speaking the truth.
Yep.
It's the truth. It's out there.
Yep.
You know, all that information is public record.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, what he's doing on Twitter drives these guys crazy, these journalists.
I'll tell you why it drives them crazy. Because he can reach over them now and get to the American public.
Right.
And to the world, actually.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yep. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, what I was watching last night, and they're now the card they're Before it was the polls.
Oh, right, the polls.
Yeah. So now they gave up on that one because it wasn't true. So now it's the approval ratings. Did you see that? You hear about that, Kyle?
Yeah.
They're the new thing is the approval ratings for Trump are in the tank. The approval ratings are down. His
the
approval ratings
are fake.
Yeah.
Just like the polls were
absolutely.
fake.
Absolutely. The polls are fake.
How many? Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't want to cut you off. I apologize.
No, it's okay. But no, it's the whole thing's phony.
Absolutely. It's all phony. Again, it's all controlled narrative. Let me tell you something. It's just like Obama. He gets out there on his farewell speech in Chicago, Illinois, out of all places, where he was just a guy walking down the streets years ago with no money. And I remember now, this guy was out there, pushing his rhetoric years ago on the street, as a community organizer. Becomes the president of the United States, leaves Chicago, never looked back. That city is under so much turmoil with the police and with with gang members and violence and killing. That's probably one of the highest violent rates in America.
Oh, it is.
Not only that, but if you take a look at the welfare rate over there, it's insane. When he comes back to Chicago to pat himself on the back in Chicago, that took a lot of nerve. I actually couldn't believe it. I mean, the entire audience had to be controlled. I mean, you think about it, because they're not going to show you those protesters standing outside. Let me tell you.
Right. Yeah. Somebody said that during Obama's 8 years, there was more murders in Chicago than there was more people killed in Chicago in 8 years than the Vietnam War.
Well, that actually makes a lot of sense, because if you take a look at Obama and Michelle's record, they have done nothing but divide races since they've been in office. And if you take a look at when we had the violent looting and through all these cities with violent protests, never once has Obama stepped up to the plate and got on television and said, you need to knock this off. You will be held accountable.
Right.
He has never, ever. He gets Black Lives Matter organization at the White House, pats them on the back for what? Being violent? Think about that really hard.
Yeah.
Tells you a lot about this person. What is his real agenda?
Yep.
Right?
That's right. That's right.
Anyways, I know. We're happy. Things are going to move along. We're going to see some major change. I guarantee you, the first 100 days, you're going to see change. I believe that.
Yep. A lot of people here in Arizona lost their health insurance.
Oh, the premiums go up 100% over there?
Yeah,
like
I mean, Kyle's mom was saying on Facebook, it's even tough for you guys, huh?
Oh, yeah, because pretty much all the health insurance have left the state.
Yeah.
And with Obamacare being repealed, that will make it past state border lines.
That's correct.
You can get the health insurance, which is going to be great.
Yeah,
and,
I had Blue Cross Blue Shield, and they pulled out.
Because you're a business owner, and for small businesses like our business, it sucks because we're not covered.
Right.
We can't because it's 116% premiums.
Yeah, if you can even find it.
Yeah. Well, not anymore. They all pretty much left Arizona.
Yeah, they all left.
Oh, absolutely. Look, good news is coming, guys.
Yep.
They're going to take that Obamacare, they're going to tear it up and repeal it, and they're going to rewrite a whole new setup.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. And I bet you there's in these establishment politicians back in D.C. are saying, well, it's going to take us a couple years. You watch Trump. He'll put that on the fast track so fast.
I guarantee you guys, within the first 100 days, you're going to see things that are going to blow your mind away. Things that you haven't seen in the past 20 years.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
what I believe.
I was going to say that people always bash Trump because of his ego. But in his case, ego is a good thing because he will be so driven to fulfill everything he said on his campaign that he will do it.
That's right. That's what
Kyle, you just said something beautiful. You're actually right about that.
Yeah. That's what Joe Arpaio, Sheriff Joe, said when I had breakfast with him the other day. He says, "Oh yeah," he says, "Trump's got such an ego that he's going to deliver. He'll deliver on that wall."
Yeah.
Oh, he will. He made sure. He actually made sure to make some changes before he stepped in office.
Yeah, there's a difference between a good ego and a bad ego. I mean, Obama has a bad ego because, one, he pats himself on the back for the things he didn't do. Trump has a good ego, I think, because his is so big that he will make sure he fulfills everything he says because he doesn't want to be the next Obama.
Exactly.
And let me tell you, Kyle, that what you just said is that bad for the United States of America. Right.
Mm-hmm. It's a good thing.
No, it's a great thing.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
Not bad.
Nope. I'm really. It's going to be an exciting weekend over there. And
well, hey, did you even mention we got Peter McDonald out there?
Yep. Peter's and three other code talkers.
That's right.
Are in the parade, so
that's right.
We delivered on that, and that's all good.
Absolutely. Hey, look, like I said, Dennis, I really appreciate everything you've done, and even all the personal things you've done for me. And we're gonna do it. We're gonna actually help change America. I do believe that. With a lot of wonderful things with the humate, with exporting, and just wonderful things.
Yeah, I'm really excited. And it's just, everything just kind of fell together here last night and today. I mean, we're staying at the Westin in Georgetown, and
that's right.
Yeah, everything just kind of fell into place, so it's all good. What times does your plane leave to come over here?
I'm excited. I'm going to actually, matter of fact, I'm just finishing up an old fashioned right now.
Oh, are you?
Yes, I am.
Well, I usually have a bottle of wine in here, but since it's going to be a long night, I thought I'd wait till I get back to the house.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I will see you soon.
Yeah. What time do you get on your plane?
Oh, I'll be actually on the plane within about 30 minutes.
In about 30 minutes? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, text me when you get in, and then I'll make my way over.
You got it.
And what time do we leave again? 11:30 or 12?
Hey, we're gonna be leaving at 11:55. All good.
12 o'clock. So I'll be over there. I'll get over there early and hang with you.
You got it.
Okay, brother. Thanks for coming on.
You got it.
See you later.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you very much.
Hey, take care, man. Have fun at the inauguration.
Thank you. I wish you were going to be there, too.
Oh, me too.
I still have your picture of Facebook with you and Trump, man. I love that picture.
Oh, man, it just hit me that I got a picture with the president now, so it's pretty surreal.
You have no idea how I'm envious of you for having that picture.
Yeah, to our new listeners, let me tell you a little story, ladies and gentlemen. Trump was here several times in last summer, and he would fill up, the convention center. He'd fill up a stadium. Every place he'd go, there'd be 20, 30,000. So he was going to be speaking at the Phoenix Convention Center, wasn't it?
Arizona Veterans Memorial.
Oh, right.
Coliseum.
Okay, yeah, because it was
Yeah.
It was bigger. Yeah. So he's at the Coliseum, and that's downtown Phoenix, and Kyle and his brother Sammy got down there, what time, 6 in the morning? Or
like 7 a.m.?
7 a.m.
Yeah. He wasn't speaking until 4.
And he wasn't speaking till 4. And the temperature that day, how hot was it?
It was a brutal day. It was peaking 118.
118.
Yeah.
Wow.
And these kids stayed outside, and you said people were passing out?
Yeah, there was a couple ladies who passed out around us, but survival of the fittest, so we just kind of made our way up more and more.
Yeah. So once they
wait. Before you answer that, how many people were actually there?
Oh, the line was out the door.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
in that heat.
Yeah, and Trump found out people were passing out, and he had people come out and pass out free water to people. It was
I love it.
It was just brutal heat, but once we got in, we made our way to the front.
Yeah, they made their way to the front. So I'm checking. I'm watching it at the house on TV, and I'm watching this whole thing go down. And so Trump comes on around 4, and he starts speaking, and he says, "Look at those two kids down there, those two young kids, or those two boys down there." And he was talking about you two.
Yeah. He looked right at us.
Yeah, he looked right at you because you made your way to the front.
Yeah.
They got to the front of the stage.
And we pushed our way up.
and then when Trump got done, he went down and took selfies with them.
Yeah, he signed my brother's poster, and he We asked for a picture, and he couldn't have been nicer.
Yeah, so if you go to Kyle Pratt on Facebook, you'll see his picture with Donald Trump.
Yeah, it's on
right.
your page too, I think. Too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've shared that picture. I don't know how many times, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
thank
have-
you. It's a great.
Yeah, I have too.
I am, yes.
It's something I'll be able to show my grandkids, which is really cool. to
Yeah.
think
You will
about now.
be able to. That's right. Hey, Kyle, you're a good person, man.
Hey, thank you,
and,
man.
And thank you for what you guys do, having one of the best talk shows out there, putting this all together.
Oh well, we're proud to
without
have
your
the real
talent,
deal
without
on
your-
board.
Without
Yeah.
your talent,
And when
You
we,
know, to be-
yeah, we're going to be on now next month, or it's going to be 2 years that we've been on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when we first started 2 years ago, all these name changers were calling Kyle's dad and telling him, "Get him off the air. They're racist. Real deal's racist. Get him off the air. Get him off the air."
That just made my dad want to keep you more.
oh my God,
Yeah.
And they were even calling some of the sponsors, some of your other shows,
oh my God.
because they would tell Kyle's dad, "Who the hell is this real deal guy?
Yeah.
What is he saying?"
Yeah, my dad's like, keep him on.
Oh, I love it, man. Well, let me tell you, that is a great radio show. And you guys are doing God's work. I want you to know that.
Well, next time when you come in on a Wednesday, I'm sorry you couldn't make it tonight because of
Well, you know I
scheduling.
was supposed to be there earlier.
Yep,
but
yep.
My personal circumstances kept me from being there earlier, but
Well,
it's
that's
okay.
Yeah, that's
Next
okay.
time.
We'll do it again, and I'll see you here probably in about 2 or 3 hours.
That's correct.
Okay, buddy. Be safe.
All right. Thank you, guys.
You bet. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's one of my business partners in Beverly Hills. So now we're going to take another short break, hear a song, and then we'll be right back.
She got it rooted on it when the rain poured
Okay, we're back. We're going to have to shut it down here because I got a lot of stuff I got to do here tonight. But in closing, I want to thank all of our people in the armed services here and abroad for protecting our great country. I'm here to tell the truth, deliver the message. But please consider being a sponsor. If you like what I'm doing here, contact me at yellowhorse.us or email me at info@yellowhorse.us or 602-540-3000 for advertising on The Real Deal. So I'm going to Washington, D.C. Like us on Facebook, like The Real Deal, follow. I'll be posting a lot of pictures, and I'll be meeting with some very high-level people within the Trump organization, and I'll let you guys know how that goes next week. And then, of course, Maggie is going to Honolulu Saturday, aren't you? You're going to Hawaii.
Yes.
So you be safe. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Exciting to do it.
Exciting to do it. Okay. Well,
Man, I don't know which one I'm jealous of more, your vacation or your vacation.
Yeah, well, who knows? Maybe Real Deal Airlines might go to Honolulu next week. What do you think?
Yeah, I looking forward you come to see me. Because I was in D.C., it's so cold for me. I like beach. I like warm.
Okay. Well, you have a good time, you and your business partner.
Thank you, Ambassador.
And then I'll see you when you get back. But so we're going to go, folks. I'm off to Washington, D.C. To the inauguration for Donald Trump. And it's going to be a special weekend. And I have several friends coming in, including the Navajo Code Talkers. So check us out on Facebook, Real Deal Facebook, Instagram, Yellow Horse Jones on Instagram. And I'll be putting up some good pictures for you. So with that being said, we got to run. Kyle, tell everybody around the world why The Real Deal is here.
To kick ass and save names, Ambassador.
And we're doing a good job.
Thank you for listening to The Real Deal. Tune in to The Real Deal with the Ambassador and special guest hosts every Wednesday at 5 p.m. and on demand 24/7 right here on Star Worldwide Networks.